Hello, my name is Khalid, and in this video, I'm going to talk about one algorithm in machine learning. It's for unsupervised learning. It's called k-means. So my goal is just to show a basic idea behind this algorithm, and then I'm going to show a demonstration in MATLAB how this work. So if we have a data that's with 2 dimension, and I'm just gonna label, let's say my data looks like something like this. And here it's clear that I can see that I have 2 clusters. Just looking to this data, I can build 2 clusters, for example. So this k-means what he's gonna do. First, he's gonna start with picking like 2 random values. Okay, so let's say here I'm gonna choose 2 random ones. Let me can put color red. Another one, let me use color green. Let's say, for example, I choose those 2 here. Okay, so what the algorithm is gonna do is gonna check all those data, whatever how many points I have here, and it's gonna calculate the distance to the red and distance to the green. And whatever the small distance, that is gonna take that color. For example, if I choose this data here, looks like this one is close to red. So this one close to red than green. So this one is gonna become red. And then we keep going. Maybe this one also is gonna be red. I believe this one's gonna be red, and maybe this one's gonna be green because close to the green, this one close to the green, and this one close to the green. And then we keep going. And then what happened when we finish this process, the first step, then we're gonna divide this data by maybe it's gonna be like something like this. It's going to divide a classifier is going to divide this data by this part here. All they're going to have red color, and this part all they're going to have the green color. And then what we do is the algorithm was going to do. He's going to take all those red here, and he's going to calculate the mean. Okay, and that's what it's called. The algorithm is called k-means. So he's going to find the mean or the center. And let's say the center maybe for all those, maybe it's going to be somewhere, let's say, I don't know, maybe somewhere here. And then the same thing here is going to be all green, and then it's going to find the center, and maybe the center somewhere, I don't know, somewhere here, for example. And then he's going to repeat the same process. So we're going to take all the data, and then he's going to compare with those two new points here. And then whatever close to this one is going to be green, and whatever close is going to be red, and you keep going. Well, the good thing is this algorithm is going to converge, and it's going to reach the part that nothing's going to change. So in this case, we're going to have 2 clusters. The challenge for this algorithm, of course, is how when you have a data and how you know how many clusters you want to divide your data. And I think that's the biggest challenge. So let's see how this works on MATLAB, just like basic idea how this works on MATLAB. So let me go to the MATLAB here, and I'm gonna try to build my data. So I'm gonna have building 2 different data. So I'm gonna call the first one, let's say, let me have x1. So I have to build x value and y value. Let's say this is just a random normal distribution or Gaussian distribution with, let's say, 200 observations. And the y1, I'm gonna use y1 as equal to, let's say 0.4, let's say coefficient 0.4 times a random normal, and 200 again, and 1, okay. So, and then I can define x2 to be, from my mind, of course, this x2 is going to be like part of the, and y2 is going to be the second cluster. So let's say x2 is a random variable, normal variable with, let's say, 200 again and 1. And here I need to shift this one. I want to shift it. Let's say just let me add maybe 1. Okay, let me add 1. And y2, I can use y2 as, let's say, a coefficient here. Let me choose 0.3 times a random 201, and then I'm going to shift this one also, let's say maybe -3. Okay, So this is my x1, y1, and x2, y2. Let me plot this, have an idea how this looks like. So let's say figure 1 and trying to plot this one. So plot x1, y1, and I'm gonna choose the color. Maybe I'm gonna use black, and let's see here. Yeah, and then use a line width. I can choose, let's say 2 here. Okay. And let me hold this one because I want to grab also the y x2 and y2. So plot x2 y2, and here I'm going to use different color. Maybe I use red color. So let me use red color. And then I can use the line with also, let's say the 2 also. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So let me plot this one, run this one, and you can see here. Let me move this one a little bit. Okay, there you go. So we can see here, we have just from our eyes looking to here, we can see those 2 clusters. Now let's say I'm gonna put all those points together. I'm gonna put them like just normal data, and let the computer, the MATLAB, build 2 clusters from it. Okay, so I'm gonna put those together. So in this case, I'm gonna do is put x1, x2 together. Okay, so let's do this. So let me call this one x data, or xd equal to, so let me just put x1 and x2. So I'm going to just have x1 and x2 together. And then I'm going to call the y data, or yd, equal to, let's say x2, excuse me, y2 here, or y1 and y2 together. And then I can build my data. Let me call just the d, or data, d, yeah, d equal to, and I'm gonna put xd and yd together. So this is my data as xd, yd. Okay, there you go. So this data d, if I run this, so d should be 400 by 2. So it's 400 observations with 2 dimensions. Of course, mostly data can be more than 2 dimensions. So it can be like every row represent an observation. So it can be maybe can be dimension p dimension instead of 2, if we have too many features, for example. Okay, so here what I'm gonna do to run this key means, the code is very simple. So we're just gonna call it key means, or just key m, and it just key means, and that's all. We just do key means, and then we can apply it to the data d. And here it is gonna ask me for the number of cluster, and of course here I can see there should be 2. I will put 2 here. That's it. That's really simple. And let me run this. So here, what this KM, or the output from this code, is going to give me, just going to go through all the data 400, and then it's going to label each one that's going to be a cluster 1 or cluster 2. So let me show you here. You see here, those is going to go through all those data, and you can see that going to label them 2 or 1. Okay, so this is just a basic idea about key means algorithm. Thank you for watching.